It's your girl, Kanitra Moselle, and I am so excited. We just finished up the book and brunch to launch my first book, Grace for This, the devotional. It's a 21-day journey for women who are growing through grief. The conversations that we had in here today was phenomenal. I want to let you know that GRACE is the acronym. It stands for Grief, Rest, Aid, Community, and Evolve. The reality of it is that we are experiencing a grief journey every single day. Every transition can cause you to grief, but are you leaning into your grief? Grieving is also exhausting, so I'm going to encourage you to actually rest. And when you're resting, rest is clarifying. You're going to learn what you do and don't have capacity for anymore. And guess what? You're going to begin to ask with more clarity about exactly what you need. That C stands for community, because when you start asking for help, your people who are meant for this next season are going to respond to your ask, and your community is going to change. And then lastly, when you go through that grace journey, you're going to evolve to the next best version of yourself. So I'm so excited for you to be a part of this journey. You're going to love what we're doing in this community. Follow Kanitra Moselle and follow Grace for This on Instagram and Facebook. Hey, y'all. Hey, if you have not already shared it out, go ahead and share. Hey, girl. Hey, Kayla. Hey, T. Hey, RT. I just sent you a message. Y'all go ahead and share this episode out. This is going to be a good one. If y'all been enjoying this month, drop a flower in the comments, right? If y'all have been enjoying this month, drop a flower in the comments. I will say to you all as an introduction, my name is Kanitra Moselle, and this is the Wellness Work Broadcast. Ooh, get them. This is the Wellness Work Broadcast, and we're all about having conversations with businesses, brands, therapists, and leaders that are making an impact through wellness-based initiatives. You can find us here every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's a really amazing space. And we do something really special. Hey, girl, hey. We do something really special. Hey, y'all. We do something special at the end of the month, right? Usually, hey, mom. Feel like I ain't talked to you in forever. At the end of the month, we do something special. And we talk about the wellness work from the perspective of being a builder. So today's conversation is like a mashup of like the builder journey and then losses, legacy, and launches. It's definitely going to all tie together. So remember, we are streaming on Facebook as well as YouTube, where all the homies are. But I do want to ask you guys to help us out by sharing it out or either tagging somebody from the Facebook side of things. Hey, Teresa. Look, I got so many announcements today. Woo! Pray for my mind. We got so many moving pieces. And I'm very excited about it, right? So we've been talking through losses, legacy, and launches this month. And I kind of want to do a little bit of a recap, right? I want to do a little bit of a recap. I opened up this month by sharing the journey with y'all, right? So many of y'all did not know the origin story for GFT or like my personal story. So I got to share that with you all at the top of the month. And then on that second Wednesday, good old, wonderful, amazing Crystal Lou, I'm about to start calling her Dr. Lou, right? Crystal Lou came on and she literally taught us an amazing lesson about grief and the productivity of grief and the honesty about grief. Hey, Celeste, like it was such a good, thorough teaching. Then she was followed up by Coach Q on that following Wednesday. And it was truly an amazing time. It was honest conversation. We got to reflect on one of our sisters. We got a shared sister cousin who passed away in 2020. That was in 20 October. Yeah, both 2021. And so, y'all got to see us kind of have that conversation, talk about the wellness work and be honest. Hey, Marie. Hey, girl. Hey. So that was a good deal. And then on today, I feel like today's kind of like a climax because when y'all see, some of y'all know who comes to stage, but when y'all see us together in shared space, y'all be like, they off the chain. Like, what? Yeah, I'll be like, I don't know. This is a bit much. This is a bit much, right? So I'm really tickled for today's experience, because it is truly a blend of the losses, the legacy, and the launches. I don't know. We can cry and talk about really serious stuff all at the same time, right? So I want y'all to be prepared, be prepared, be prepared, be prepared. Before I bring her up, because I'm getting her graphic over here. But before I bring her up, I want to let y'all know that Jerecia out here doing the thing, right? Hey, let me pin her so y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who Jerecia is. And I want to say your name in every single different way it could possibly be pronounced. That one right there, sis is working on some things, right? Because the way we talk about building community for us, she is building community for Black therapists, right? And it's not to be exclusive to anybody else, but there is a specific type of need and support when you talk about people of color and the communities and how we're impacted in our work. So thank you, Ari. So can y'all celebrate her and clap for her? You will see me sharing and reposting some things that she is working on, and she is going to be our meet and greet person for this weekend. So on Saturday, I think it's 12 o'clock, we got a graphic we'll share. Saturday at 12 o'clock, y'all will see me and Jay pop, and we'll talk about some stuff. We got a little topic for y'all, right? Yeah, we coming for you. We come for you. It's all good, and it's all the things, right? So I'm super duper blessed by the connections that God is making inside of this space. Thank y'all for the love and the comments, and we're going to keep growing and building this thing together in such a way that everybody who can connect in this space is being blessed by it. All right. So having said that, I want to introduce the amazing, the wonderful Miss Monica Michelle, the Solutionist M, Monica Michelle Marketing. When I tell y'all, she's a different type of genius. Like, y'all know how I talk about like stewarding your genius. She making faces in the background. I'm gonna talk about her real quick, right? But she is a different kind of genius. She is graced to help you build things. She is graced to help us find the solutions. Oh gosh, to problems. Like, she does not. I'm gonna say this right, and I ain't going by nothing she put on that form, even though I made her do it. But you do not have problems around her. All you have is a challenge, which invites her to be who she is. The solution is M, right? So having said all of that, if you all would welcome my family, my sister, the wonderful, the amazing Monica the Michelle. Hey, girl, hey.
Hey.
She over here dancing in there now. Y'all couldn't see because I had a graphic up. Do it again. Hey, girl, hey.
That part right there. What?
Right. So y'all brace yourselves because we're gonna have fun today, right? Beast mode. Right. We're gonna be calm-ish today. Cold half. I'm gonna be calm-ish today, right? So if you would, let's do this. We're talking about launches, y'all. Y'all know what it is. We've been talking about losses, legacy, and launches all month long. So she and I are gonna get into like this launches detail, but before I want to give y'all a little bit of origin story, right? I want to give y'all a little bit of origin story. So go ahead and introduce yourself. There's so much to the origin story. I could pick any origin story. You realize how many origin stories I could even choose from? There's so many, but go ahead and introduce yourself to the squad.
Well. I am Monica Michelle. I'm the solutionist marketer, and at Monica Michelle Marketing, we provide clarity. We put together strategic efforts so that your marketing can get the sales that you need. And our main goal and the thing that we would like to do is give your vision legs. So we figure out what AI systems we can implement to kind of make things easier, what systems need to be in place so it can systematically take place and go forth. And one of our frameworks that we absolutely love working off of is plan, position, and propel. We're going to talk a little bit about it today.
Plan, position, and propel. First of all, I love alliteration, honey. Y'all already know I'm the queen of three things around here. So that's my favorite thing. So I'm gonna tell y'all this, right? When we talk about losses, legacy, and launches, and this specific story of Grace for This, Monica Michelle has been in the background when Grace for This was like a really good idea. So remember y'all, I told y'all how like I had 397 ideas all at the same time, and I started building things. I started building all kind of stuff, and so she would call me and check on me. This is my god sister. She claimed, where mommy at? Mommy here somewhere. She claimed she the firstborn, right? She claimed she like the first child, like.
You know what I'm saying? Because of me.
Right. So she's my god sister. So we talk on a very regular basis, and so. She was one of the first people I called when Gerald passed away, when my husband passed away. She was one of the first people who I called. So she has really been there neck and neck inside of the entire journey. And so in that early part of my grief journey, when I was like doing everything, she would talk to me and check on me, and she'd be like, "Did she say she gonna start a what?" Right? And so she was like, all right, then she'd talk to me again, and then I'd be ready to do another thing, right? She'd say, now wait, did she just say she was going to start the other thing? Look, Monica, tell them about that just a little bit, so they can understand it from like your perspective, what you were seeing.
Listen, we were on group calls with different organizations. We doing one-on-one talks, and she was always talking about something she was getting ready to start. And then I would like, so the first couple of times she said it, I just let it go. Okay, great. She's starting something. She's gonna let me know if she need me. Then about the third, fourth, fifth time, and she said she could. And then I said, well, wait now. So when you gonna do this one? And then she'd be like, first quarter. First quarter of what? It's October. When you gonna do that in the first quarter? And then I said, but you doing all this other stuff in the first quarter. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this too because I got these people gonna help me with this, and these people gonna help with this, and these people. And I said, oh, we need to schedule some time to talk because we need to talk specifically about all the things because you're doing a lot of things in the first quarter that has a lot of little detailed parts. Let's talk about it. I ain't saying you ain't gonna do it, but I'm just saying, can we talk about it so we can look at what all these little details gonna look like? And we pulled out a great whiteboard and we went to work.
Look, she really did have a Zoom meeting with me, and she pulled out a whiteboard. And we actually did. We laid out several things. And so when I tell y'all this is to know how to help you launch and organize some things, like I think us working together, is really a force. Because she understands marketing, she understands how to like position language and how to, create an atmosphere. So I'm thinking about the people experience now. She don't necessarily be like worried about the people like she don't be worried about the people like that. She just try to make the system work. She loves systems and things like that. And I'm like, well, no, because they need time. And you have to consider this and you have to consider that. And well, that person's going through this. Okay, well, if you consider that, so we are similar, but we are different. We got the same kind of energy with a different emphasis, right? So
absolutely. I'd be like, no, 1, 2, and 3. This is the order. Yeah, but consider how they feel it. Okay, well, then maybe we need to get somebody else to do it while they feel it, how they feel it. I mean, it's fine. I understand. We all have feelings. But, this got to get done in this order.
In this order.
We agreed. You said you want to do it. This the order we agreed on. They can't do it right now. I understand. We got Grace. Tell them to go sit down.
We got Grace.
She be like, no, bring them in. I'm like, okay, Jesus, help me.
Right. Yes, Kayla, that's a quote. That is the direct. So what we doing? Yes. That's it, y'all. So this is a really special, collaboration. Y'all know I got a story with every single one of y'all, but this is a really special collaboration because I can remember being at my mama and dad's house and sitting on their sofa and being on a call with Monica. And there is a document that I call the VMM, the vision, the mission, and the mandate. That's my favorite 3 words. Like, what is the vision? What is the mission? And so I remember having that conversation with her. And I remember making the document. I still have that document. I kid y'all not.
Do it. Yeah. Yeah.
I still have that document that I put together based off the conversation we had. It's 2025. We had 2025 on that grid.
Yes.
I want to let y'all know 2025 looks like what I typed up first quarter in 2022. No, it was late. We started in January. It was probably late 22 because 2022 I spent the time doing Kenitra Moselle. Um, and they very closely paralleled. No, it probably was the same thing because Kenitra Moselle evolved into Grace for This. Like Grace for This was birthed out of the Kenitra Moselle story and everything. So as we move into like the three points, like let's talk through those 3 points. And for my crew who is this building, I want y'all to hear that. And for my crew who are you just in the legacy of it, right? You're in the loss. When you are archiving that journey and you are processing the legacy and the things that you want to be remembered, I want you to hear that. And I will try to connect those dots, like what I wanted to do and what I wanted legacy to be and how it blends into it so that y'all can connect the dots because everybody's journey is different. Your pathway is different. But as you archive the journey, you'll begin to hear what a launch would look like based on the impact that you're called to make. Okay. So I just want to make sure that we keep it digestible to y'all. So, all right, you got the 3 P's. Let's get into it. These are our keys to launching well.
Yes. So the first one is planning with precision. So a lot of times what we do is we got all the ideas and we just need the right idea. We don't need all the ideas all the time. We just need the right idea so that we can move forward. And how do you determine which idea is the right idea? We look at, okay, I have something called the magnetic marketing matrix that we use. We also sit down and we say, okay, let's get clarity. Who is this for? Who are we trying to impact? And we look at what all the ideas are that we're talking about. Okay, these are all the ideas. Which one is the fastest one and the easiest one to implement? Okay, that's the one we're going to plan with first, because you want to give the idea enough time to breathe, grow, and to actually work, as opposed to saying, I'm going to focus on all the ideas. And now we're like, well, why it's not working? Or all of them working at a level 2, which they all need to be at a 10. For the most part, planning with precision, where are we trying to go? And yeah, we can make adjustments, or we could say we're going to focus on this for the first 3 months. And then after this, we're going to make some transitions, or we're going to reevaluate and see what we can change. But we can't keep changing the plan. We have to plan with precision upon where we want to go. We're going to anchor it in a quick win roadmap. We have a visibility blueprint that we do. And with that visibility blueprint, we see what we can do to get you in front of people and make it grow, and how we can make those quick wins. What you think?
Yeah, that's solid because y'all remember my background is like event planning, right? So I'm a nurse, so I'm naturally a nurturer. I care for people. But then the event planner me is like, oh, I want to do this and I want to be for these people and I want these people to come and I want this to be there. Like, right. But you don't just go and plan an event and plan the event without consideration for, what you want to happen in the event and who you want to be in the room and how do you want people to feel. My place, or I'll say the place that I was in the earlier stages was I was kind of mad, right? Y'all know we had this little anger situation sometimes when you feel like if I had had this, would have been good and somebody didn't give it to me. So I'm going to build something for every kid in the world. So, we do that. And that's really where it started, right? We started off looking at Bonafide Impact Academy, which is nonprofit. I have another nonprofit. I got a whole nother entire baby. And my desire was to ensure that young people had not only just the education that they needed, and they had the training, like you get skills and trade and all this other kind of stuff. And so that was where my focus was. And so inside of us having the different conversations together and identifying what I wanted to happen, the Lord walked us through how to build out BIA. And then he told me, you need to do that for women like you. And so I had this framework, right, of the things that I wanted to happen. And then the Lord repositioned me and said, you need it. So build it for you. Who are you? A pretty brown girl with a nice household that you come from, who grew up in church, um, uh, love the Lord, but you ain't got no awareness about yourself around certain things, but you really care about people, but you don't take care of yourself, right? And so what do you build for that person?
Yeah.
What is it you're saying that you want or need a specific thing and you want to make sure that people get it? Well, I had to do some wellness work. I had to look at myself. Okay, well, what was you missing?
Yes.
So it led to, in order to plan it, I had to connect with what the deficits were that I had identified in myself.
And the really cool part about that is who best knows the pain points and what that person needs than the person who has experienced it. So if you build it for you because you are fully aware of what that was, and you know what you went through and those that were around you, what they were going through and how they were, you're able to say, okay, we need to have these parts in it. And that's, some people say, I know everyone has heard the phrase, put it in the chat if you heard it, prioritize revenue generating activities, over and over and over, right? Everybody say revenue generating activities. Well, I like to say impact generate activities, because you have to ensure, and everything we do doesn't always, it's not always about money. You know, if you're a nonprofit, sometimes it's not about the money, but it's more about what the impact is going to lead to, where that impact comes into play. So that impact generating activities, sometimes when we're planning an event, when we're putting something together, we might get stuck on the flyer. We might, oh, this flyer got to be perfect. Oh, it's got to be, I got to feel something when I look at the flyer. And it is like, okay, but we planning an event, we ain't got no location. And you worrying about, okay, we worrying about the wrong impact. So that's all of what we're doing with the first step, that first P, the plan with precision. I love to say, okay, what are we doing? Just like Kayla said. And when I know what we're doing, okay, great. What are the bare bones that we absolutely have to do in order for that objective to be met? Because that's a quick win, right? That's the thing that we have to make sure we do that first. And then this other stuff, if we get balloons, the balloons may or may not, we may be all right without the balloons, but we got to have a location. We got to have a speaker. Okay, so we're going to plan with precision. Number 2 is position with profit. Now, everybody don't like the position with profit. Some people just want everybody to know everything all the time. The position with profit, here go the saying that we say, because it's pretty branding without positioning, that's just expensive procrastination. Oh, yes. But it's cute.
Hold on, wait a minute. You can't just disrespect people like that. You can't keep talking.
But it's cute. Pretty branding without positioning is just expensive procrastination. If I want to give your vision legs, you've invented the best thing since sliced bread. You want to make impact, feed every child of America for lunch because they don't have lunch sandwich meat and they didn't have bread. So you've invented the best bread. Well, if nobody knows that you have the best bread in the prettiest package, ain't nobody cheering gonna get fed. And all you've done is come up with this expensive procrastination situation that is not allowing you for positioning. You have to get in front of the mamas and the daddies or whoever is buying the bread, right? We got to get in front of the people that's buying the bread so that they can know that, okay, I need to go and get this bread because the bread pretty, the bread gonna meet my objective. It's gonna help the children have sandwiches for lunch. So we do a lot of looking at the identifier in this stage, your amplifier, your differentiator. I said it as best I can right now. Sometimes I can get it real.
Differentiator.
Yeah. Sometimes I can get it real good. Identifier, your amplifier, your differentiator. And so we want to build the visibility with intention. So we're going to look at your SEO. And a lot of people saying SEO is dead. It's not really dead. It's in how you do it, right? How you're setting it up. We're going to figure out those words. We're going to make sure that this beautiful thing that you've created for this beautiful group of people that you want to make the most impact in can find us. If they can't find us, it's pointless. So visibility without positioning is like shooting in the crowd and nobody hears you. You just shooting just to see. So yeah,
Um,
what you think?
I'm working on that. I'm working on that. Right, we're working on that, like in the background, because we want people to know what's going on. But then, y'all, we also want to share what we're doing with more people.
Yeah.
Like, we know that there are people who need what we do. We know that there are people who need, this community. And so now, like, okay, we got the nonprofit status, right? So we got to, like, you got to show up legit, baby. You got to show up all the way legit. Put yourself in front of the people, um, so that they can come and actually sit at the table and partake. Like,
Absolutely.
the SEO is, what's the SEO? It stands for,
Search engine optimization. And
um,
can I give you a little
yeah,
quick tip?
you go ahead.
Instagram, Facebook, and all of them, they're now participating in Google is now indexing them. So that means Google is indexing them. Whenever you hear Google is indexing, blah, 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 it means that if you type, if I go to Google and say, I'm looking for a grief expert, right? I'm typing in the words grief expert. That's my search. Those are called keywords. This is a little side note, T, that you did not ask for. And in return, if I go to Kanitra's page and she's using her Instagram, her Facebook, her LinkedIn, wherever, if she's using the words grief expert, Google is going to show those in my search. They didn't used to do that. So now, because they are searching and indexing the videos you put on Instagram, Facebook, they're also looking at your text, your captions that you're putting on Facebook, Instagram, and all the jazz. So you need to ensure that your SEO is correct. And I'm not talking about backlinks and stuff. You need to make sure that you're using the words that your ideal person that we talked about in step one, that they're searching for. Just because you say this is called, what's the words you be saying like a nurse? And I'd be like, what's the regular people word? She said her nurse words. And I'd be like, you said you have a team of people that you get together, have a comprehensive.
Oh, the interdisciplinary team meeting.
Okay. I'm not typing that in looking for that. So I might need that, but when I go to Google, that ain't the word I'm typing in. Who gonna type that word in? Nurses and people in the medical field, right? So if I want to talk to regular people, but I'm using the whatever she just said, I need to use the word that regular people are gonna type in my captions and in my text and my show up and all of that. And that comes into play with all of our things because we're all experts in our own individual area. But we have to remember, experts are not looking for us. We don't want, most of the time, we're not trying to attract other experts. We're trying to attract the lay person, the person who does not know. Because if they knew, they would solve it. So yes, that was position to profit. Visibility without posting is like shooting in the crowd and nobody hears you. You're just trying to see what's going to stick to the wall.
That's good. So let me check in with the squad, right? Because she be talking fast, right? So I want to do this. If you have a business or a brand or a thing that is coming to mind as we're talking through this, drop a hammer in the comments. It should show up. Drop a hammer in the comments so we can kind of know who we're talking to. And if you got a specific type of business or thing, and you feel free, if it's not a secret, if the Lord ain't released you, just drop the hammer and just that be it. But if you want to say what it is, drop that in the comments as well. We're talking about keys to launching well. So the first P was just the word. Don't do the whole quote now. The first P was planning. And the second one was position.
Yes.
Oh, look at me. Boop. Very good. All right.
And with that position, we're also figuring out, because we're talking about mainly a lot of SEO stuff. So we're talking about what words you use to describe yourself to make you different from others that are doing the same thing. Because you're not the first people that said, let me make some bread. Right? But when you go to the store, there's 9,000 different types of bread. And that is okay. There's bread for everyone.
I
So
like burgers.
we want to say
Burgers everywhere. I'd be like, no, I want a flame broil burger today.
exactly. And so we have to say what is different about you versus the other breads. It's not saying you better than them or they stink or they ain't good. It's just what's different. And there's nothing wrong with being different. A circle and a square, they different. One's not better than the other. They just different. Yeah.
Can we just sit with something? She just said something. This is a word. Lift your hands. She said, it don't have to be stank and it don't have to be bad. While we are building what God tells us to build, somebody else's building does not have to be less than ours. It don't have to be anything wrong with it. It's just different. So when you are building what you are building, keep your eyes focused on what you are doing. Do not start comparing yourself because you will get off assignment every single time if you are looking at what somebody else is doing and deciding why theirs is wrong and yours is right. That is not how you build and we do kingdom. I'm done. I just wanted to make sure we didn't miss that.
Oh, absolutely. It's just different. There's nothing wrong with it. And that's how we get to number 3, propel into momentum. So let's turn the launch overwhelm into a marketing momentum that actually lasts. So we want to put it out. We figure out some systems that are in play. We figure out some AI tools that we can use to make it a whole lot easier. Because when you prime Chat GPT with the right information, the right SEO, the right who and all the things, you're going to get more valuable content that sounds like your voice, as opposed to you getting this half stuff that just is not quite right. It sounds generic. And there's certain ways you go about setting those systems up that we absolutely love to do. We want to activate your accountability systems, right? Okay, are we going to have some people working with us on this? Are you doing this part? Okay, you going to check in, let me know when you're done. Okay, I'm going to let you know when I'm done with the content cadences. You don't necessarily have to post every day, but whatever your consistency is going to be, whatever that cadence is that you want to set, I'm going to go live. It might be a lot to say. I've never went live to, I'm going to go live 3 times every day for the next 5 weeks. That might be a bit much. You might want to ease into it, right? So, and then you have that automation support. So there's tons of AI tools that are currently available. And we're covering a lot of them in our visibility bootcamp that we have going on right now, or the visibility explosion that we're going on right now. We have 12 seats that are open. You can come on over and join us at monicamichelles.com.
Do I get the sibling discount? No.
I got you, boo. I got you. You got benefits and privileges. Okay. And so with those things, we want to make sure we're being positioned. We want to make sure that we're getting in front of the right people. And the main thing that everyone gets stuck when it comes to number 3, or not everyone, but a lot of people get stuck when it comes to number 3, is momentum loves movement, right? Movement begins with clarity. The crazy part about it is, to get clear, you have to move. You can't just say, I want to start, and I'm going to start when I'm clear. And it's just like, okay, but if you start, you can get clear. I want to learn how to tie my shoes, and I'm finna do this thing because all the little kids need to learn how to tie their shoes, but you never actually tie your shoes. All you want to do is watch videos of other people tying their shoe. Yeah. Well, you have to tie your shoe. And that momentum of you starting and making movement is going to make it clear. It's going to get the movement going, right? It's going to make it go. It's going to make it work. And that's part of the launch. We're going to go back and look at the analytics. Okay, how did it work? We did some visibility explosion things. Okay, we got in front of some people. Okay, did they respond? Did they show up? We got to make some adjustments. You make your tweaks and your adjustments, maybe change your cadence, and then we kick it off again. And what better way to do that than to have a marketer or a strategist in your back pocket that you can say, hey, I need some help. What you think?
That show will be like, so I need you to give me your recommendation based on your subject matter expertise. I said it like 90 minutes ago. I really did. So what is your recommendation?
And the awesome thing about it is, so I went to school to be an engineer. So a lot of times as an engineer, they say, okay, we're building a building and this is the tools that we have. What do we need to put together to make it work? And so when someone is saying, I am building I want to build a course for someone, or I want to impact these people, but I'm not quite sure how, we're able to have a conversation and I'm able to ask some questions and hear your heart. And then we say, okay, based off of what you said and based off of the availability that you have, because you don't need to do everything. We just need to work with the availability that you have. Let's make the commitment to do this. And when you ask the specific question, because we can connect and I can give feedback on so many different things, but 9 times out of 10, my goal is always to meet the need that you say you have. But when you turn around and say, based off of your expertise, what you think we need to do, oh, this is what I think we need to do right here. Boo, 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 boo. Based off of what I know, based off where we're going, this is what we need to do. But when somebody's saying, okay, well, I really want to do this and I really want to do this, and I'm like, okay, well, how can we make it work? Like the objective is not to have 100 people. You're just gonna have about 2 people. You all right with that? Okay, well then let's do this. If that's the impact you want to make, that's fine. But let's figure out what the priority is, that objective. Look at our analytics, tweak it a little bit, and try it again.
That's good. That's y'all. She done took y'all to a master class. You can tell. And you know what? What is true? All right. I have to get some water. She's also my water accountability partner. What is true, and you can look at us and see that there are things that we do very consistently to show up and talk. Now, the way she talks is different from how I talk. But y'all see how very smoothly and freely she is speaking about what she's talking about, and she knows what she has built that will serve what specific need and things of that sort. It is a goal. Somebody tag Dr. Mason so I could talk about him. But I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm also identifying, okay, you need to work on this. Okay, well, is this thing clear? Did y'all talk about what your goals were? Okay, well, you got some information, but did y'all set a number goal? Have you talked about that? Well, if your people or your team or you, because I'm in a position, y'all, where I have a team of people around me. Shout out to all my GFT directors. I'm in a position, right? And catch this. This is a word. Come on, Lord. Ain't none of us got to build nothing little. You are getting ready to build something that requires a team, right? So in order to launch it and launch it well, you launch it from the perspective of what your hands can do.
Yes.
And then you have to relaunch it with the perspective of what I need other people's hands to do.
That part,
that's
right?
Where we are right now. It's a completely different experience, right? Because we're talking in the background, and I'm doing quarterly check-ins and saying, okay, what goals are you working on, right? There you go. Corrected, friend. Corrected. Thank you very much. Right. So we're walking through these processes, but do not expect that it's going to stay the little thing, because the objective is for it truly to outgrow you. Because if God gave it to you, then it's not exclusively just for you. You are build what helped you heal. Like, you are the origin of from whence the thing shall come, right? But it is not going to stay there with Ariel. It's not going to stay there with Kayla. It's not going to stay there with Celeste, right? It's going to get bigger. You raising your hand, go ahead.
Because look, the who you are today, the who that received the dream, is not the who that's going to do the thing, right? You received the dream today. You're not the same who that experienced the hurt. You're not the same who that will make the solution. And as you're making the solution, you have to be open and willing to constantly change and grow. Because think about when Noah was building that ark, like I was thinking about, okay, God said build an ark. Now, up until this point, our ark has never been built. Why? Because it's never rained. Why? Because they didn't need it even rain. They had dew in the morning. And the dew in the morning. Okay, so if God's saying build a boat, how am I gonna do that? What is that? So, get 5 pieces of wood and chop down some trees and okay, great. So that takes a one type of view, right? But then when you get to an ark, because you have to think of how big an ark is, at some point, my hands are starting to get rough and I'm starting to get tired and I'm not seeing what it is that I'm actually building, because I've never seen it before. It's different. It's weird. And I got other stuff I want to do and I'm interested in, but I have to continue to do it over and over. I have to continue to get up and nail this hammer. But now I'm a different person because it's taking me time to build this boat, this art. So now I'm older. So the who that got the dream is not the who that did the thing. He not even the same who that got on the boat when the ark actually started raining. And the same thing comes into play with us. We experience something, and the thing that we experience caused us consternation and some feelings, right? And then as we got older, we said, okay, I ain't gonna never let this happen to me. I ain't gonna never do this to my children. You know, how little things we say, right? And then we say, okay, well, now I'm gonna actually build something to resolve it. These are 3 different people already. And when you first start, no, you don't have to be perfect when you first starting, but you do have to start to get that momentum to build. You have to be okay to be in front of people. Because that's how people are going to be attracted to your thing. That's how people are going to know that your thing resolves their issue. I have to be okay with being on camera, or at a minimum, turning the camera on. Maybe I'm not physically on camera, but at some point I'm going to have to be on camera. Oh, I love what Oprah do. Oh, I love what Beyonce. Okay, you like to do what these people do. There's a lot of stuff that they do that you don't know about and that you may not feel comfortable doing today, but you have to find a way to grow into that. The stretching, right? And so when it comes down to planning, positioning, getting in front of the right people, letting people know who you are, and being able to speak to who I am, then you can propel. It makes it, you can sail on the art, on the water.
Come on here. Celeste, DM me that quote. She got that. I was trying to screenshot it on my phone. We need to put that in. We're going to have to repost that in the community, y'all. When y'all hear a good, strong quote, capture that thing and send it to somebody on the team, because we about to stack these things up, because we be talking too good.
Okay.
Up in here. Honey. Okay. See how she just went off like that? I told y'all. We got so many series, and y'all would be tickled at how many things we had actually built that's just sitting on the shelf waiting on us to come back to. Right. So plan, position, and then propel. Right. So this is good for me. I'm gonna have to get it in this next class that you're doing, like for real. Because we gotta write the vision and make it plain. It's there is more work to be done, right? And so one of the things that we always say inside of this space is build what helps you heal, right? And so we do the wellness work, we do the archiving work, but when you start doing that builder work, y'all, it's a different type situation, right? Yeah. So one of the things that I love to kind of play around with this is I got all the renditions of it right here. That's so funny. So remember, y'all, and y'all know tomorrow is our Builders Thursday. So if you're not in the Builder Squad, text Builder, because I will be popping up in the community tomorrow. So y'all know my thing was I got too many things. So I started building out my own planners. And so this was the very first one. I was like, I can't sit up here like this no more. I'm gonna have to make something, right? She would get that whiteboard and we would look at the whole year. And we would say, okay, well, when do you want to do what? Okay. And so that is why I do things that way. I learned that from the Monica, right? So that was my first rendition. And then I got good and I started saying, okay, now what does Kenitra need? And I started like breaking that thing down into, okay, you got a theme for the month. Then you got the weekly. Then what you going to talk about? And what are the challenges? Like you can't see it. Then you get all these ideas. And so I started building stuff.
Yeah.
I started building things that matches like the way I work through things. And so I know how to plan some stuff, honey. I know how to plan some stuff out, baby. Now, with positioning, I'll call Monica for that and be like, what does need to go at? I asked her that today. Like, okay, what is see, that's good. I'm gonna let you talk so I can write down these announcements because I need to plan better. Right now. Matter of fact, I asked you to give that announcement because you talked it out so perfectly earlier. I'm gonna see if you can remember the way you even said it. You said it good, y'all. We're working on stuff for us. Okay, y'all. And I tell you, we really are in the background and working and having conversation and post this and do we have that and what do the people need and all of that. So plan. Okay, so tell them about the thing you got coming up, because we do have some builders in here. And one of the things I said earlier was that Jerecia, if she's still in here, Jerecia has a like a Black therapist brunch, right? So when I look at certain things and what people are doing, it's like, oh, she got an event coming up. I need to invite her on. Like, so when we start talking about positioning, I will position other people, but you're gonna have to position me because I don't know. I show up and talk. That's what I do here. Here I show up and talk. But if it's for somebody else,
Yes.
then I'm very okay. Look, there she go. If it's for somebody else, then I can look at how I have planned. Come on, hold on. Let me put these 3 words back up. Hold on, wait. Let me put it back on here together. Okay, right? Bow. So because I'm really good at planning, I know all of the things that are happening. So it is easy for me to help position somebody else because I know all the things that I have going on and what they're connected to. So I can help position you strategically inside of what I have built in order to give you an extra push. I'm good at that. Now, what I need is somebody to say, hey, Kenitra and GFT are doing this. I want to position her over here because I can't stand and position myself. Okay, you have to get somebody on your team to do that. Okay, I'm done. Right? Having said all of that, then you will be propelled into your destiny. Okay.
That part right there. That part right there. Absolutely. So, well, over at Monica Michelle S, you'll be able to join us. We're doing a monthly class where we're teaching you some visibility things to get in front of people. We're trying to expand. We are expanding our visibility. And I mean, if you do one of these strategies for 15 days, I've been known for 15 days to get in front of 15,000 people that are your ideal person, not just random people, right? And so you can join us over at monicamichelles.com. The visibility explosion, that particular, we call it Ignite Your Visibility Explosion. What we're doing is once a month, you're going to receive a, oh my goodness, the word just escaped me. You're going to receive a manual, a momentum manual. It's going to give you all the details on how to do whatever marketing strategy that we're diving into that time. And then we'll have a Q&A with it. But we're doing a special class for those that are in the group right now. And that special class is going to be coming up in June. And we're going to be talking about how you can make ChatGPT work for you. And yes, it could be the free version, but the paid version gonna do you a bit better. So we're gonna talk about how you can make ChatGPT work for you, not just plug and play, but how to really make it talk like you, and someone else will not be able to say, wait, which one was, or how you can help it figure out how to help you develop your next product, your next service, your next whatever the next thing is that you're interested in doing. So we're going to look at priming. That's what they call it, priming ChatGPT. So we would love for you to join us. The link is there. monicamichelles.com is just my name, right? monicamichelles.com. And we are excited about it. So that's the long and short of it. Some of the things that we're going to be covering on a month-to-month basis, we're going to be looking at diving into the details about how to actually post on Instagram. Because some people post on Instagram and you're like, no, that's not quite right. We're going to look deeper into how to send DMs. You know how people say slide into their DMs and ask them, no matter what business you're in, no matter if you're in a nonprofit or not, there should be some DM action happening. You should be doing some direct sales. And it's something that I know can make some people cringe, but there's an effective way to go about doing it where you're not cringy. Whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, or even LinkedIn, there's a way to go about doing it. We're going to give you the scripts on how to do it. We're going to have question and answer period to say, okay, how did it work for you? What questions do you have? Was it clear? You'll have a video to go along with it as well. So we want to walk you through how to post on LinkedIn, why you should post in these different places. And then we'll have these bonus classes that are going to pop up from time to time, like priming ChatGPT that we just talked about a moment ago. So I'm excited about it. And I am ready and have developed quite a few momentum manuals. And we're going to be diving in a little bit deeper with those things as well. Even affiliate marketing. Like, we already do affiliate marketing. We just don't get paid for it. So you might as well set the thing in motion so you can get paid for it. Okay, that part right there. But I don't remember, Kay. What did I say earlier? What announcement was I supposed to make that? Mm,
So, one of the sisters, y'all know, Occupy. Our sister, she watches from Louisiana. She had me to come and speak for her event last year. The Affinity Initiative. She was in the comments. She was like, "Yo," she sent me a text. She said, "Yo, y'all should get a letter that the community members can send to their employees, where the
yes.
employees will pay for their ticket, because like companies are trying to, be better on their wellness stuff, and so if
Mhm.
y'all get them a letter, they should be
Yeah.
in a position to do that, right?" So we started talking about it, and we came up with some things. So tell them about what we finna do.
Yes. So you hearing it here first. Ha! Because we just put it together about an hour ago. Kay said it to me. I asked her a couple of pointed questions. One thing that I absolutely love about you and I want to appreciate is that I can ask you a tough question and you won't feel, if you do feel this way, you don't present it, but you don't take it as I'm being mean or rough. You take it as, okay, she need to know this information so she could give me the answer.
It's data. It's data.
Right. And so sometimes I can ask a question and some people be like, oh, that was kind of mean. I'm like, I'm checking off boxes on the application. I'm trying to make it calculate. So when she told me about it, I said, why would businesses want to pay for that? And then she told me why. And I said, oh, okay. Now
Oh no,
we
it
have
froze.
things.
Okay, there you go.
There we go.
Come back. Okay.
We are developing a resource center for all of our GF tiers that are in our space. And we're going to have that letter in there so that you'll be able to provide to your employer or maybe someone else that you know that may be interested in funding things like this. We're going to also have graphics in there for you and a couple of videos that you'll be able to send out. So, granted, we know that you might not be an actual ambassador yet, but this is like a little pre-step to give you some resources and some tools. We may even put in there the people in the community that have special tools and things that you need, that you may need access to. So instead of you saying, well, I wonder who could do this, oh, I can just go to the resource center and I can see who can do it and I can go right to them. So we're working on building that out. We literally just came up with that. We literally just gave it language about an hour ago, and we're going to create a little space for it so you can go get the resources and get the goods so you can build what made you heal. Yeah.
Boom shakalaka, shakalaka boom. Right? Right, right, right. So I'm really excited about that. I praise God for just having sisters in the network who would say, hey, y'all should do this.
Yes.
It would do that. And so shout out to my sister, Cheryl Landry. Right. So we're gonna develop this resource center, y'all. Something that is true is that we have a really powerful network here.
Yes.
And so us taking the time to organize all of the different resources that we have, who's in the network, what they provide. Y'all know we do the builder space, and so all of the builders are actually resources. Which is why I really am pressing into doing more builder things. So speaking of builders things, if you are not already inside of the builders text message, I'm gonna go live tomorrow, and I'm gonna show you how to plan your month. Right. So I always show y'all this. But hey, Sister Paula, I show y'all the planners, but I'm gonna walk you through how to plan out your month. Because sometimes we do stuff like a day at a time. No, bam. We cannot do things a day at a time. We will overwhelm ourselves, right? Yes. Drop a one in the comments if you have a thing that you're doing and building and you have been overwhelmed because you tried to figure out on Tuesday what you needed to do on Tuesday.
Yes, man. We've all done it. I put my one in the comment. I've done that.
First one. Right. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Tomorrow 7 p.m. So remember, you can text builder and you will get the specific builder reminders. Okay. And hopefully that is an encouragement and a blessing to y'all. So that is the one. And then on this weekend, remember, we got a builder around here that we gonna be plugging with. Boom shakalaka. Why? Because our sister Jericea Lee of Journey with Jay Lee is one of our speakers, and so we want to do meet and greets. So this is my request, y'all. I want us to watch the meet and greets from Facebook. I want us to watch them from Facebook. Why? Facebook is easier to tag. We can't tag people in YouTube. Come on now. Remember, we talked about plan, position. So I'm trying to position us in such a way, and we might even do Instagram, depending on if Teresa, if you got a squad on Instagram, we want to show up in places so that we are everybody write position in the comments, right? We're doing the positioning work, so that we are on target. So y'all be in there. I got another graphic with the language on it. I switched it out, but I didn't switch it out. Teresa, you remember what I said we talking about? It's something about the collision, baby. We get on this collision work, right? So, of course, if you're in the regular community text group, you'll get that reminder on Saturday. So I'm excited about that. It's only gonna be 30 minutes, baby. It's a meet and greet, right? It's like a virtual network, and we're gonna come on, we're gonna talk, we're gonna get up on y'all throats right quick, and we're gonna keep the party going because it's Saturday, okay? So that is happening. And then there is a special thing that we are doing, right? And so one of the things I have really learned from Monica the Michelle is to position. I see y'all follow Alexandria. Drop me a takeaway in the comments, right? Because I know that collision stuck us off, period. We're gonna get you unstuck, baby. Who is the reason why you keep having collision? That's what it is. Huh?
That's good.
Finger down. I'm putting my finger down. Thank you, Aria. Okay. So, okay, yeah. So one of the things, and Monica, I'm gonna call you all your names. What time is it? We finna wrap, y'all. One of the things that I remember talking about when I first started GFT, I was like, I want to give away stuff every month, and I wanted somebody to win stuff, and yada yada yada. And I realized, doggone it, I ain't gave away nothing in a hot minute. Like, oh my gosh, we got to get back to that. And so one of the things that we are bringing back is the GFT member of the month. Yay! You know, I feel kind of funky because I don't have like no special graphic and everything made, but today is today. And it's okay because we got all of June to shout out the member of the month. So if you would, give us some drum roll, please. Give us some drum roll, please. And then y'all might have to tag it because I don't see her today. Our GFT member of the month is Miss Deborah Jefferson. Deb, I'd be like, hey, Deb. Our GFT member of the month is Deborah Jefferson. I am going to send Deborah to the Pure Chemistry page so she can pick out her a candle. Hold on real quick. Let me grab one because y'all remember at the top of the month we went live and we talked about candles and things. And so Debbie's going to get her get her some Pure Chemistry. This I'm gonna tell you the truth, and then we leaving for real. I was laying in my bed and I turned over and I laid myself in a different position and I started smelling goodness. And I'm like, where's this fragrance coming from? Then I remember I got a candle in my bedroom on the other side of the bed. And it was just creeping. I was like, oh my God. That thing just like ran up on me real quick, right? So Paula, you on Facebook. Tag Deborah in and say, congratulations, you're the member of the month. Okay. And she always come back and watch the replays. She was 10 toes down during the challenge. She is active and engaged in all of the posts. She shares in the community. She's being honest and transparent with her wellness work. She says she's been working on her journaling. We want to acknowledge as many ways as we can. So we do the GTG class, valedictorian, and now we're gonna be doing the member of the month. So we want y'all to know that we see y'all. Let me put it down and get distracted. Supporting y'all. And who you're deciding to be, like taking ownership of you is really a big deal. It's a big deal, and we're gonna always cheer for y'all and celebrate y'all, right? So thank you, Sister Paula, for thanking her. So that's it. I did all of the announcements, right? And I'm gonna I need to order myself another planner because I have a planner for Kenitra, but now I need another planner for GFT, right? I have to keep up with all of the things you got in different entities, organizations, and things of that sort, right?
That part.
So let me Look, Michelle is texting it, but I just need to put the little spinner on right there. Remember, if you want to get connected with us, today was more of our builders conversation. We gave you a little bit of the wellness work, and then we gave you more of the builders work. This is my last shout out. There go the number. I text it to us right there. So Monica Michelle is also the type of person who, if you have a conversation and go and put you a book together and then send it to you as a gift. Y'all see what she made me? It said Grace to Rise. And I told y'all she my water accountability person, right? She's my water accountability person. This woman built in a coloring page for water for me to fill in. My water, right?
Every day.
Right. So when I tell y'all, any kind of solution she need to build, she's like, I'm gonna make her. She like the journal. She done made me a brand spanking new journal, right? So I'm gonna get my life together, y'all. she's really an amazing resource. So I'm telling y'all this. Not only can she help you figure out how to build your stuff, but she can build actual things, right? Ain't that pretty gonna look like me? Mm-hmm. And she was like, it's okay for me to use Grace. I was like, I will allow you. All right, y'all. That is it. If y'all good, drop a hammer in the comments. If you were blessed by this conversation today, drop a hammer in the comments. Remember, she a real one. Girl, I'm talking about put a whole book together, published it on Amazon, and sent it to me in the mail. What in the world? Who
You need to track your water.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Right? Mike told her, look, she's congratulating you. T, I see you. Take your deep breaths, T. Make sure y'all take some time for yourself. I know we have graduates graduating, so shout out to all the graduates. Look, I see y'all. Look up on Amazon, Monica Michelle. Tell them your information again one more time before we pull down, Monica.
So I'm Monica Michelle S. practically everywhere. My website, monicamichelles.com. You can learn more about the classes that we have coming up. Over on Amazon, if you do a search right now, I'm still trying to figure out how to link it all together, all the little books that I've made. I'm Monica Michelle on Amazon. Grace to Rise is the book that I just did for the journal that I just did for you. There's some other ones that are coming out, and I'm working on trying to figure out how to put them all together. But I have some coloring books on there that I did. There's some crossword puzzles and things like that on there also. And just more books and books and books to come. So I'm excited about it. Find me, plug in. Yeah.
Can you read that?
I will not. What drink fit into old seasons? Yes. Move forward.
Receive it. We love y'all. Life can be hard and your journey can hurt, but commit to heal so your story can help. Thank you, Monica Michelle, for the amazing resource you have been for all of the years that we have been around. Couldn't do it without you, fam. We are here because of you.
And glad to serve.
Right. So y'all be good, and we'll see y'all in the community tomorrow at 7 p.m. for the Builders Q&A session with Coach K. Hey, bye.
Bye.
Hello, my name is Kenitra Moselle, and I am a founder of a beautiful community called Grace for This. We are about women taking ownership of their wellness journey in 3 ways: personally, relationally, and professionally. I'm inviting you to be honest about your grieving experience, your healing experience, and then lastly, your building experience. You're going through this because you're graced for this.